Okay, this is huge. Luis Elizondo just commented on MJ-12. Let's dive into it. Before I do, please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and as I'm talking about it, please comment below and let me know what you think. Oh, and by the way, this is part of my Parsing Lue series where I take little snippets that Lue has said in various interviews and examine them in greater detail. Okay, let's hear what he had to say.
I know it's been brought up, MJ-12. You know, if that was such a thing, I don't understand if it's like an official body or it's like something that would be rogue
Or both.
or both.
You know.
Interesting. And again, that there's a group that has been brought up called Zodiac.
I can't comment on that.
So, Lue hints that MJ-12, Majestic 12, may have gone rogue. MJ-12 may be an official body that has gone rogue, according to Lue Elizondo. Now, that's fascinating. I've dived into the whole subject of MJ-12, and that is a real tricky one. There's as much evidence to support the idea of it all being disinformation as there is to support the idea that it is truly a real organization, or was at some point. If you don't know what MJ-12 is, it is the group that Truman is supposed to have organized to deal with the U.F.O. issue. And, the legend would have it that it probably ultimately became the breakaway group. It is the group in charge of the crash retrievals, reverse engineering alien technology, potentially dealing with the entities themselves. All the Area 51 breakaway stuff would probably come under their purview or would have at some point, if they were real. There is a lot of evidence to support the idea that MJ-12 is disinformation designed for some particular reason, possibly to discredit the U.F.O. community. Personally, I do think that MJ-12 is more likely to be disinformation, not designed to smear the U.F.O. community exactly, but designed to mask the real organization. Some people call that real organization Zodiac, or theorize that a group named Zodiac is the real MJ-12. In this video, Lue says that he won't comment on it. That seems to indicate that there is something to comment on. But wait, there is something else that Lue has said regarding this issue. Let's dive into that real quick. Recently, Lue gave an interview to Richard Dolan. Richard Dolan was charging an attendance fee to view the interview, but I took a dive and did it. As much to support Richard Dolan as anything else, I didn't really think there would be new information revealed in the video just because people were paying to see it. I didn't think that Lue would hold out on other interviews just to give Richard something juicy. But maybe he did, or maybe Richard just knew the right questions to ask, and it was a really great interview. I recommend you tracking it down. You will have to pay to view it. I can't share any of that because that is proprietary to Richard Dolan, but here is a brief transcript of the relevant portion of the interview. Richard Dolan asks, "Have you ever come across evidence that supports the reality of an organization, whether we call it MJ-12 or Zodiac?" Luis Elizondo says, absolutely. Sure, absolutely. Richard Dolan, okay, so what I want to ask about Zodiac, I've got reasons for asking. Is this something you have come across? Lue Elizondo, yes. Richard Dolan, so can I ask you about what you can say about that? Lue Elizondo, I cannot. Lue Elizondo is always quick to shoot down theories or conspiracy theories that he doesn't like or doesn't think are real. He didn't shoot this down. Does that mean MJ-12 or Zodiac is real? No, but it does strongly imply that there is some there. Not only might they be real, but they may have gone rogue, which is what, honestly, I would expect to see. As Richard Dolan says, they are the breakaway group. They have gone rogue, if they exist. And I think that some version of them does exist. If they didn't, Lue would just say, there's no there there. He would say, find another rabbit hole because there's no rabbits down that hole. Apparently there's some rabbits down that hole. I could talk all day about the breakaway civilization and the Area 51 group and all the shenanigans that they may or may not be up to. But for now, I'll just keep it to what Lue had to say. Apparently, some version of MJ-12 and or the Zodiac group does exist. On a brief tangent, one of the weirdest things about the MJ-12 documents, if they are a fake, there's some odd details in there that don't quite add up. The date of the founding of MJ-12 is about a week from the founding of the CIA. That seems to connect the CIA and the UFO phenomenon or the reaction to the UFO phenomenon. Why would government disinformation agents intentionally smear the CIA in that way or link the CIA to the phenomenon? Possibly it was done by the FBI against the CIA, as an interagency rivalry sort of thing. Palace intrigue. That's one of those arguments in favor of the MJ-12 documents being real. But there are just as many arguments against them being real. Either way, there has to be some government program that is secret and that is managing this issue. Possibly it is mostly in private hands now. Lockheed Martin, whoever it is very likely hidden away in the private sector to some extent. Obviously, if there are military bases deep underground that are involved in all of this, then the military and the government has to have some involvement, but maybe the private contractors are the only ones allowed in those deepest levels, and they're the ones managing it, thus protecting it and shielding it from government knowledge. But that's just a guess. What was that noise? Honestly, I'm afraid to go there. The government doesn't like people pushing this issue, which is why I really respect Lue Elizondo speaking up about this. He doesn't say much about it, but what he doesn't say speaks volumes. So thank you, Lue. If you've liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, comment below and let me know what you think. Is MJ-12 real? Is the Zodiac group real? Is it all government disinfo? Is it all the workings of Richard Doty? Also, please hit subscribe, and if you do, the bell next to it to be notified of future videos. Until next time, Cosmic Road out.